Alright, I'll build your stupid ideas, starting with make a Hitman themed boat. Okay, so let's just set up an outline of the boat. This looks good. Now I'll add in the engines and fill the rest of this floor here. Paint that red and let's make a second floor. I'm starting to realize this might look like the Titanic due to it being red on the bottom and black on top, but that's okay. I'm sure this boat won't sink. Now since this is a Hitman boat, I'll add lots of weapons because it can't be a Hitman boat if it isn't deadly. It's almost done. I want to build a little hut on the ship so I can safely drive without any of you flying obstacles destroying my pilot seat. And there we go. This ship is done. Let's just save this and let's see if this can get us to the end or not. Hey, editor here. Sadly, the screen recording must have ended because the MP4 file literally cuts off right here. I don't know what made it end abruptly, but the Hitman boat did manage to make it to the end, so the boat works. Moving on to the next one. Make a chicken nugget boat. Alright, I have a plan for this, but first I gotta buy some cobblestone. I know it seems weird to be building a chicken nugget using cobblestone, but bear with me. Let's make the shape. Okay, never mind, let's redo that because it doesn't look good. Alright, now this is better. So let's paint it to look like an actual chicken. Now let's make the walls. And for the ceiling, we just gotta copy paste the floor. Now the Hitman boat had one previous flaw with it, and it's that it didn't have enough motor. I'm not gonna make the same mistake twice. So for this boat, I'm going to fill the entire backside with motors. For the inside though, the inside of a chicken nugget is white and soft, so I'm gonna be using smooth wood to make the interior. And we're done! Time to test it out now. Okay, so turning this is great, but can it actually get us to the end of the treasure? Unfortunately, no. Next up is make a lightsaber boat. I don't think I'll be able to make a fully working lightsaber that can actually cut stuff, but I do think I'm gonna make a boat that just looks like a lightsaber. I'm gonna use Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber as a reference for this build, and I'll start off making a circle like this. Then we add these black stripes on each side of this circle, and I can see it coming together. Let's add this middle part right here, add the silver part, then we just clone the previous part and move it to the front. Okay, now time for the last part of the handle, and let's not forget the motor. Okay, so I think I have a brilliant idea. I could use these lamps as the blade of the lightsaber, so the lightsaber actually goes. Let me try that. Okay, no, this is way too bright. Alright, I think this is much better if we just put an ice block at the center and we just use a few lamps and stick it inside so it still glows like a lightsaber, but it isn't too cool. Now let's put some glass right here, bring the lamps down, and let's paint it blue. Okay, this looks better than I expected. Let's save this, then we'll see if it can actually get us to the end of it. Alright, it worked better than I expected. The lightsaber boat actually got us to the treasure. Next one is make a vertical boat. I know this sounds extremely difficult to make, but I have a plan for this. You see, the trowel tool allows for moving, cloning, mirroring, and rotating of blocks. So my idea is I'll just build a regular boat and then flip it vertically so it's a vertical boat. However, I gotta put the motors in a specific way so that the boat moves while being vertical. And we're done. Let's just flip it and add the motors, and that's basically all we need. Let's see if this can get us to the end or not. Okay, this boat failed both ways. Number one, it literally fell and became horizontal, so it wasn't even a vertical boat. Number two, it didn't get us to the end because it hit way too many obstacles. You're probably wondering, oh, why didn't you just drive out the way? Well, I literally couldn't. The motors wouldn't go in the way that I wanted it to because it was built to move when the boat is vertical. Considering it flipped back horizontally, the motors didn't work properly. Moving on from this catastrophe, our next stupid idea is make UTPM Storage. I have no idea what that is. I googled it and this is the image that popped up first, so I'm gonna build it based off this image. Alright, let's build the handle first. I think this looks good enough. Now we make the blade and it should be similar to how we made the lightsaber. I kinda want this thing to fly, and thankfully the request wasn't specific about whether this should be a boat or not, so I'm gonna put in jet engines on the handle so it can fly. Alright, there we go. Let's activate this thing and see if it works. Pause. You might be wondering, why didn't it fly? Well, turns out I used obsidian for the handle, which sure is the second strongest block in the game, but it is also one of the heaviest, and since the entire handle is made out of obsidian and there's only 4 jet engines, it cannot fly. So I'm gonna have to let this thing just float in the ocean and pray it makes it to the end. Alright, for the next one, I'm thinking of combining two stupid ideas into one idea. Make a Darth Vader themed ship and Anakin boat boom. So with these two ideas, I was thinking of making a boat that has Darth Vader's mask on one side and in the other is Anakin Skywalker's face. Kind of like this image right here. In order to do that, I need to build Darth Vader's helmet first, and oh boy, this is gonna take a while. Alright, it's finally done. This took so long to make because I messed up one side of the helmet and it was unsymmetrical, so I had to delete an entire part and redo it again, only to realize after 2 hours I could have used the trowel's mirror ability this whole time. But anyways, time to make Anakin's side, so let's just make a backup save because I know I'm gonna mess this up. Okay, this looks better than I expected and I'm gonna keep it looking this way. Alright, now for the inside, I want to make sure all blocks are actually connected to each other and won't fall off once I launch this thing. So I'm gonna make some support beams out of titanium so that this won't fall. Alright, I think this looks good. Now we just launch it and see if it can get us to the treasure. And it worked. We got to the treasure. Alright, last one on this list is, wait, you play build a boat for treasure? I wanna build a cool thing with you if you're down. We can collab for the whole vid. Weird idea, but alright, I'll try my best to recreate it in build a boat for treasure. Okay, so here it is. It can fly, and this marks the end of the video. Hope you like it, cause the video was a literal pain to make, and if you're gonna ask if I'm gonna make a part 2, the answer is probably not. Anyways, that's all. See ya.